Ever feel like you're just not able to give it your all, like you're stuck in a rut but can't figure out why? Well, you're not alone. Many of us have felt this way, and it's not because we're lazy, it's because we're burned out. Burnout isn't just a buzzword, it's a real documented state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion. It's not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's a response to prolonged stress, often from work, personal relationships, or other high-pressure situations. Imagine you're a candle. You're burning brightly, giving light and warmth to those around you. But over time, if you keep burning without a break, you'll start to melt down. You'll lose your shape, your light will dim, and eventually, you'll burn out. That's what happens when we push ourselves too hard for too long. We lose our spark, our energy, our ability to perform at our best. But here's the good news. Just like a candle, we can be rekindled. We can regain our energy, our passion, and our drive. But to do that, we first need to recognize the signs of burnout. Recognizing burnout isn't always easy. It's not like catching a cold or breaking a bone where the symptoms are clear and the diagnosis is straightforward. Burnout often creeps up on us subtly and gradually until one day we realize we're not feeling like ourselves anymore. It's important to remember that burnout is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that something in our lives needs to change. It's a wake-up call, a signal that we need to slow down, take care of ourselves, and reassess our priorities. So, don't beat yourself up if you're feeling burned out. It's not your fault. It's a natural response to prolonged stress and overwork. And it's something you can overcome with the right knowledge and tools. So, how do you know if you're experiencing burnout? Let's dive into the 6 most common signs. The first sign of burnout is a sense of chronic fatigue. Imagine a fatigue that seeps into your bones, a constant companion no matter how many hours you sleep. It's like a shadow that never leaves, an unending exhaustion that makes every task seem like a mountain. This isn't your run-of-the-mill weariness after a long day. No, this is something else. This is the kind of tiredness that makes your limbs feel heavy, your mind foggy, and your spirit low. It's the kind of fatigue where you wake up already feeling drained, with a sense of dread for the day ahead. You may find yourself constantly yawning, your eyes feeling like they're made of lead, your body sluggish. It's as if all your energy has been siphoned off, leaving you hollow. This unrelenting exhaustion isn't just physical, but emotional too. It's a profound depletion that permeates every aspect of your being. If you're always feeling tired, no matter how much rest you get, you might be experiencing burnout. Do you find it hard to get your day started, or feel indifferent about tasks you once enjoyed? Burnout often manifests as a lack of motivation. It's like trying to start a car with an empty gas tank. No matter how hard you turn the key, it just won't budge. Imagine waking up to a day full of things you once loved doing. You used to jump out of bed, eager to start, but now you can't seem to find that spark. That enthusiasm that once fueled your work has dwindled. Tasks that filled you with satisfaction now seem mundane, almost burdensome. Your job, your passion, feels like a chore. This decreased enthusiasm and satisfaction is a red flag signaling burnout. It's your mind's way of telling you that something's off. It's a sign that the balance between your work and personal life is tipping dangerously towards the former. When your drive starts to dwindle, it's important to take notice. Have you been feeling more cynical or critical at work? This is the question we're tackling in this segment. This isn't about the occasional bad day or grumpy mood, but rather a persistent state of mind that's seeping into your daily life. You see, a key sign of burnout is an increase in frustration and cynicism. You might find yourself constantly irritable, even over little things that didn't bother you before. You might feel misunderstood or unappreciated, and this can feed into a growing sense of negativity. Are you having trouble concentrating or remembering things? That's a question we often ask ourselves when we're feeling overwhelmed. Cognitive problems are a clear sign of burnout, and they're not to be taken lightly. Imagine your brain as an engine. Just like a car, it needs the right fuel and regular maintenance to function optimally. However, when you're burned out, it's like driving that car on empty. You're pushing it to its limits, and eventually, it's going to break down. That's when you start to notice memory lapses and difficulties focusing. It's not about being forgetful or absent-minded. It's about your brain signaling that it's time for a pit stop. Burnout isn't just about feeling physically drained. It's also about mental exhaustion. It's your mind's way of saying, hey, I need a break. I need to recharge. So if you're experiencing cognitive issues, don't brush them off. They're a sign that you're pushing yourself too hard. Remember, burnout isn't just about being physically tired. It can affect your mind too. Do you feel unfulfilled even when you achieve your goals? Imagine crossing the finish line after a marathon, but instead of the rush of accomplishment, you feel, well, nothing. That's what burnout can do. It's like a thief in the night, stealing the joy from your victories, both big and small. You see, burnout isn't just about feeling tired or overwhelmed. It can also rob you of the satisfaction that comes from achieving your goals. It's like climbing a mountain, reaching the peak, and feeling empty. You've worked hard, you've succeeded, but instead of basking in the glow of accomplishment, you're left with a hollow feeling. It's as if the colors of your triumph have faded to gray. This can happen in our personal lives and in our professional ones too. The promotion you've been working towards, the project you finally completed, they just don't bring the sense of fulfillment they once did. If your victories don't bring joy like they used to, it might be time to consider burnout. Are you experiencing more headaches, backaches, or illness? This may be a sign that you're dealing with burnout and not just ordinary laziness. When we're under constant stress, our bodies react. Think of it as a warning system alerting us that something's not quite right. Our bodies aren't designed to be under continuous stress, and when they are, they start to break down. Stress hormones like cortisol flood our system, leading to a host of physical symptoms. You might notice more frequent headaches or a backache that just won't go away. Your immune system may take a hit, making you more susceptible to colds and other illnesses. You might even experience chest pain, heart palpitations, or shortness of breath. These are serious symptoms and should never be ignored. And it's not just physical symptoms. When we're burned out, we might see changes in our appetite or sleep patterns. You may find yourself eating too much or too little. Or perhaps you're struggling to get a good night's sleep, even though you're exhausted. These health problems are not just inconvenient, they can be detrimental to our overall well-being. Prolonged stress can contribute to high blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. It can also lead to mental health problems like depression and anxiety disorders. It's crucial to remember that these health problems are not signs of personal failure or weakness. They're your body's way of saying it's time to slow down, to take a break. So what can you do? Start by acknowledging the problem. If you're feeling burned out, it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. Take steps to manage your stress levels, whether that's through exercise, meditation, or simply taking some time for yourself each day. We often neglect our health in the pursuit of success and achievement, but success is meaningless if our health suffers. Your body might be telling you something. Listen to it. It's time to prioritize your well-being because you're worth it. Recognizing burnout is the first step towards recovery. The signs we've discussed, unrelenting exhaustion, lack of motivation, frustration and cynicism, cognitive problems, decreased satisfaction in achievements, and health issues are all indicative of burnout, not laziness. It is crucial to acknowledge these signs and take them seriously. Now let's talk about some self-care tips. Prioritize rest and relaxation. Engage in activities that rejuvenate you, whether it's reading a book, taking a walk in nature, or practicing mindfulness. Eat a balanced diet, exercise regularly, and make sure to get enough sleep. If these signs of burnout persist despite your best efforts at self-care, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are there to guide you through this challenging time. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. You're not alone in this. Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful videos like this one.